to share knowledge, but we also want to improve our communication and towards people outside the industry as well as inside the industry, and that's why we have these press conferences, and we really think it's a benefit to be in communication. So my task here would be to say a few words on ITA, but I think you probably more or less know. But our vision in ITA is to share knowledge and work on technology development of technology, and we do that by arranging a yearly Worldton Congress here, where we also have our General Assembly, and we support and sponsor conferences nationally in our member nations and also on a regional level. In addition to that, in order to share the technology, we have working groups and committees, and we have presently 13 working groups and 4 committees who works on producing documents to the benefit of the industry, so that we can have best practice and guideline produced, and we will tomorrow morning present 5 new ITA reports, which has been produced by 3 by working groups and 2 by our committee on technology, and they will be presented tomorrow morning at 8:30, so that we can there present the latest development. And then we have the ITA open session following after that tomorrow morning. It's the only action on the conference tomorrow in the morning, open session on the activity of the working groups and committees, and we have that in order to they can present what they do, but also to have a discussion with the audience, so that we can receive input on what is expected from the work groups input. So it should be, we hope to have a debate, a discussion, maybe a lively debate, so that we can progress the works there. As I see, the working groups has been around from ever since ITA was created 42 years ago, and that's actually the backbone of our organization. And the committees has been added on. The first one 11 years ago, the Committee on Operational Safety, and then we have the Committee on Underground Space Use, which you will hear more about. We have the Committee on Education and Training, and the Committee on Technology. So that's a place where individuals can meet and network and exchange of knowledge and even develop new ideas. That's what we try to do in ITATEC, to bring new technology to the market. And I find it's the best place for networking. The working groups and the committee is really where the idea comes up, where you get the contacts, and that's also how I personally got into ITA some years back. So our mission and vision is to exchange knowledge and transfer technology, and we run the ITASET Committee on Education and Training, organize training sessions, or they set up programs for training sessions. Then we have an operative arm for running the training session, which is the ITASET Foundation, and we have about 10. This year we had 10 training sessions in different countries on different subjects. And we have actually a database of more than 100 lecturers so we can set up. We have a portfolio of 20 pre-scheduled training program, and we can make specific one on request from our member nations. So this is really the main activities of ITA, and then this is to gather the whole ITA family, the whole industry together once a year at these WTC conferences. As I said in my opening speech this morning, I find this is the most important event within the global tunneling industry of the year is this conference, and we have now more than 2,000 participants this year. Traditionally, what has been out in the press on ton project has quite often been when something goes wrong. We hear all the stories about failures and catastrophes, and which cost money for the project and thereby by our society. It give delays to the project, and that's also why we took on to produce a procedure on risk management in order to reduce or control this risk so that we could minimize the risk. This was actually a guideline I worked on myself, and which was published some years back, and we are now working on an update. But we also have introduced, in order to celebrate the successes of our industry, we have the ITA Tunneling Awards, and we had that. We have had it together with NCE before, but we had last year our first fully ITA organized tunneling awards, which took place in Hagerbach in November 2015, and we had 110 entries, which was really from all over the world, and that was our wish was to make it an international event. So it was an event where we could meet, and we could learn from the successes of these stories, and then celebrate them by giving them an award. So out of the 110 entries, we had a jury who selected more than 30 as finalists, and these finalists then presented their projects and initiatives during a one-day conference in Hagerbach, and in the evening the awards were given out. We gave out 11 awards in different categories, and actually this booklet here is the program for, so all the finalists are in. We're continuing this. We will have this year one in Singapore. We are doing it in cooperation with the Singapore Tunneling Association, and that will take place on the 10th and 11th of November in Singapore. And of course, we have had many projects completed during the last year. Lake Mead, Oasia, and other important projects, and we have more projects coming up. In Austria, we have the Koralm, and we have a number. I have a list here. I don't think I will. But there are many. The Brenner Base Tunnel, it was completed, and one of the things we also saw, which we saw here, was actually in Israel. They presented their project on an underground cemetery, a new use for tunnel, because they need to have it in the same ground, and they were running out of space, so they thought we go a couple of levels down and then we do it underground. Interesting means of using the underground. But as Mike already said, tunnels are used for, and I mentioned it also in my opening speech, tunnels are used for all the supplies for cities. It takes care of the sewage, it keeps the area clean, and so there's a big need. It helps reducing the impact on the climate change. So there's a big need for future tunnels in all sorts of. So I think my time is up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. International perspective, we'll shift a little more domestically now, and Art Silber is the current president of the Underground Construction Association of SME. Thanks, Mike.
The SME is a 1,200 or so member representatives. And we all work together to foster the advancement of the underground industry in both the technical work, and we also work together and compete against each other at different times in different projects. But the organization itself is a very cohesive unit, supported by both sustaining and sponsoring companies, in addition to individual members. We have an executive committee that Mike and I and others sit on, and provide guidance to the organization. Every year, a new slate of 4 members are elected, and rotate off 1/3 of each of the executive committee members every year. The WTC 2060 has been a work in progress for about 4 years. Literally hundreds of volunteers participated in bringing this all together with and behalf of the ITA. We've worked very closely with the ITA to ensure that all of the needs of all of the participants are met. I'm happy to report the latest count as of mid-morning was approaching 2,300 registrants. We have over 350 presentations we made, roughly split about half at oral podium presentations with accompanying PowerPoint presentations, and another half of those approximately on poster presentations. If you were in this morning's opening session, there's 4 poster sessions going to occur, and the best poster in each of those 4 sessions will win an award. We also, as an organization, in our strive to provide the professional development and technical information and the opportunity to network with others within our industry, have several different venues during the year. In the beginning of the year, we have what is called the George Fox Conference that we have at the City College of New York every year in the same venue. And we are, for the last handful of years, have been sold out in that venue. It's always held the day before the Moles Conference that's in New York. We also, in the spring of every year, on alternating years, have